Tendencies from previous births tutor. Revered Sir, one man quickly succeeds in spiritual life, and another doesn't succeed at all. How do you explain that? Master, the truth is that a man succeeds to a great extent because of tendencies inherited from his previous births. People think he has attained the goal all of a sudden. A man drank a glass of wine in the morning. It made him completely drunk. He began to behave improperly. People were amazed to see that he could be so drunk after one glass. But another man said, "Why, he has been drinking all night." Hanuman burnt down the golden city of Lanka. People were amazed that a mere monkey could burn the whole city. But then they said, the truth is that the city was burnt by the size of Sita and the wrath of Gunas, Rama. Look at Lala Babu. He had so much wealth. Could he have renounced it all so suddenly without the good tendencies of his previous births? And Rani Bhavani, so much knowledge and devotion in a woman. In his last birth a man is endowed with sattva. His mind is directed to God. He longs for God. He withdraws his mind from worldly things. Krishnada's pal came here. I found him full of rajas. But it must be said that he observed the Hindu customs. He left his shoes outside before entering the room. After a little conversation I discovered that he had no stuff inside. I asked him about man's duty. He said, to do good to the world. I said, my dear sir, who are you? What good will you do to the world? Is the world such a small thing that you think you can help it? Narayan arrived. Sri Ramakrishna was very happy to see him. He seated Narayan by his side on the small couch. He showed him his love by stroking his body and giving him sweets to eat. Then he asked Narayan tenderly, will you have some water? Narayan was a student at M's school. At home his people beat him for visiting Sri Ramakrishna. The master said to Narayan with an affectionate smile, you had better get a leather jacket. Then the beating won't hurt. Turning to Harish, the master said that he would like to have a smoke. Again addressing Narayan, Sri Ramakrishna said, that woman who has established an artificial relationship of mother and son with Haripada came here the other day. I have warned Haripada very often. She belongs to the Goshbara sect. I asked her if she had found her man. She said yes, and mentioned a man's name. 2M. Ah, Nilkantha came here the other day. What spiritual fervor he has. He said he would come here another day and sing for us. They are dancing over there. Why don't you go and see it? To Ramlal, there is no oil in the room. Looking at the oil jar. The servant hasn't filled it. Sri Ramakrishna was walking up and down. Now in his room. Now on the south veranda. Occasionally pausing on the semicircular porch west of his room. He would look at the Ganges. After a little while he returned to his room and sat on the small couch. It was past 3 in the afternoon. The devotees took their seats on the floor. The master sat in silence before them, now and then casting a glance at the walls, where many pictures were hanging. To Sri Ramakrishna's left was a picture of Sarasvati, and beyond it, a picture of Gaur and Nitai singing kirtan with their devotees. In front of the master hung pictures of Dhruva, Prahlada, and Mother Kali. On the wall to his right was another picture of the Divine Mother, Raja Rahasvari. Behind him was a picture of Jesus Christ raising the drowning Peter. Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna turned to M. and said, you see, it is good to keep pictures of sannyasis and holy men in one's room. When you get up in the morning you should see the faces of holy persons rather than the faces of other men. People with rajasic qualities keep English pictures on their walls, pictures of rich men, the king, the Queen, the Prince of Wales, and white men and women walking together. That shows their rajasic temperament. You acquire the nature of the people whose company you keep. Therefore even pictures may prove harmful. Again, a man seeks the company that agrees with his own nature. The Paramahamsas keep near them a few young boys 5 or 6 years old. They allow such boys to be near them. Attaining the state of a Paramahamsa. A man loves the company of boys. Like the Paramahamsas, the boys are not under the control of the Sattva, Rajas, or Tamas. By looking at trees, a man awakens in his heart the picture of a hermitage in which a rishi is practicing austerity. A Brahmin from Sindhi entered the room and saluted Sri Ramakrishna. He had studied Vedanta in Benares. He was stout and had a smiling face. Master. Hello. How are you? You haven't been here in a long time. Pundit. Smiling. Worldly duties. Sir. You know I have very little leisure. The Pundit sat down, and the master began to talk with him.